Go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your first year on the annual plan. If you want to get our shows ad-free and our exclusive shows, go to patreon.com/kindafunny.
Today's gaming news stories include Marathon finally has a release date, another rumored Resident Evil remake, and an explosion goes off at Rockstar offices. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Monday, January 19th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Joining me is the Nitro Rifle, Andy Cortez.
What a tease with that Rockstar story.
You know, story number 3, you would think that Rockstar exploding would make it to story number 1, but it was a small explosion.
Okay.
They figured it out.
You show that before an episode, and then you hit with like the intro song of the episode of the TV show, and you're like, whoa. I'm here.
Yeah, it was like, well, I got to tune in for
hour.
this one. What happened?
Yeah.
That was a boiler room, apparently.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
It happens. Have you ever, like, experienced an explosion? Like, in your vicinity or heard one and go off?
No, when me and Mike were riding Lime scooters in LA after Summer Game Fest, and people were popping fireworks, but we thought we were being bombed.
Oh,
we thought LA was under attack.
Yeah.
Like, it was that loud with how much the sound reverberated around the tall buildings, and it was legitimately horrifying.
Yeah.
And then we saw like people running from the scene, and we're like, "What is going on?" It was very scary.
Dude, there's nothing scarier than the sound of like a legit explosion.
It was a deep rumble. This wasn't like a pap pap pap, like a high treble high. It was like
the bass,
like one of those things.
When I lived in Seattle, maybe the first month or two of living in Seattle, there was a gas leak explosion that happened down the street from me, like in a restaurant down the street from me, at like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. And it was one of those ones where like it woke me up. I heard it. It was like, and I wake up and like I can kind of like feel the house like rumble a little bit. And I was like, what was that? At first I was like, was that lightning? Like did something get struck or something? And then I was like, maybe it was a car accident because I started hearing police sirens come through.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then like I opened up Twitter and people that were neighborhoods away, like miles away, were like, yo, did y'all hear that? Like, what happened? I didn't know until the morning.
Citizen app pops up.
Like, I came into work the next morning. They were like, y'all hear about the restaurant that exploded? And I was like, did I hear about it? Y'all motherfuckers, I heard it. That shit was crazy.
I experienced quite the explosion of emotions over the weekend. I beat Nier Automata ending B.
Oh.
This game is so much better, and it was already hyped up more than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
This game is so much better than what the hype was. Like,
there's a reason why I ride or die for Nier Automata.
Like, and there was people in the chat that were like, finally, somebody at Kinda Funny Yoko Taro pilled. And I was like, no. Blessing loves Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Like,
I get shamed, though, for loving Nier Automata because y'all think I like it because the titties. And I'm like, no. There's a story
He likes
here.
it for the booty.
Yeah, no.
Dude.
I like it for, one, I like it for the gameplay. But then, like, the fucking story is insane.
I texted Tim more than I've ever texted him in my life about this video game. It was like, tell Gia to delay things a couple of weeks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We need you to, like, you will
Tim will
love
love Nier Automata.
this video game. Oh my God, man. I cannot believe it.
Tim will love it. I knew you would love it.
Barrett
would love this game.
Yeah.
Barrett would absolutely adore
I've
this
started
game.
it so many times. I need to get past that like first 3 hours again.
Just get it.
I'll do.
It's so good.
Andy was hyping this up to me yesterday after his come down from ending B, and I was like, hey, I'll put it next on the list because right now over the weekend I started Control.
Hell yeah. Listen, we all play Nier Automata, and then we all play Nier Replicant as well. Let's all play Nier Replicant.
Dude, this shit's gonna be top 20 easy. In all time on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're loving it that much,
dude. I
can't wait for you to finish it.
So fucking enamored with this video game.
It's
it is so impressive and creative.
Do you know what I'm enamored with? Final Fantasy X.
Oh,
I've been playing that, and somebody in chat mentioned it sounds like I'm brewing on a cold. I'm coming off of a cold. I had a cold late last week. That's why I wasn't in on Thursday and Friday.
that's why you weren't here for Pico Park.
I know, and I'm still pissed off y'all played Pico Park without me. Because at the meeting, everybody was like, what happens if Tim's gone? What happens if Tim's gone? We'll delay Pico Park for Tim. All of a sudden, I get sick. Y'all still play Pico Park too?
I was with you. I was like, damn, like we're still missing.
Up.
We talked about like we only play Pico Park when we're all here, and then what? Bless doesn't count in that.
Yeah, it's like what?
Crazy.
First of all, me and Tim, I feel like bring equal things to Pico Park 2. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
if Mike was gone or if Roger was gone, then yeah, let's delay Pico Park 2. I feel like me and Tim bring like the same amount of effort and content to Pico Park. So why do we delay for Tim and don't delay for Blessing?
It is pretty fucked up.
It is pretty fucked up. But anyway, I've gotten over it.
It was good stuff, though. It was good stuff.
I'm glad you got Joey in, because actually that sounds like good content.
It was a great time. It was a great
But no,
time.
Final Fantasy X, oh my God. Here's the thing, right? I'm so sold on this game. I've just finished, for people who are watching and listening, I got past the Luca chapter. And so like I'm at the very start of the next chapter. I haven't touched the next chapter. But in this game, they introduced this thing called Blitzball, Andy. And when I tell you,
I know about this.
Blitzball is some fucking bullshit. I can't believe they would interrupt such a magnificent video game with such a fucking horseshit mode.
Whoa.
And it's not even, here's the thing, people are gonna get mad.
This is the hottest of takes.
People are gonna get mad, because genuinely, I fucking hate Blitzball. Now, did I read the tutorial? The answer is no.
Were you on your phone during the tutorial?
No, I was. No, it wasn't even that I'm on my phone.
Okay.
It's that they interrupt this game that is going real well. Stories fucking being delivered to you at such a brisk pace. There's so much happening. The combat's fun. I love the characters. Oh, Lulu. Salute to Lulu. And then all of a sudden, they're like, all right, we're going to play some Blitzball. Here's a glossary. Click. There's like 10 menu items. Once you click in the first menu item, here's a 2-minute tutorial on how to swim around. All right, you finished that? All right, now here's the next one on how to pass. And I'm like, brother, I'm playing a JRPG right now. I'm not going to sit down and read your fucking encyclopedia right now.
I'm on vacation. I'm not, like, why are you forcing me to play cricket right now?
Like,
I don't know how to play.
Here's the thing, right? Blitzball could be a 10 out of 10 fucking game, but like, imagine you're playing Nier Automata and all of a sudden the game stops and they're like, now learn how to play StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm not going to learn how to play StarCraft right now. I'm playing Nier Automata. I'm playing Mario 64. Why are you interrupting me so I can learn how to play Pokemon Puzzle League? It doesn't fucking make sense.
Did you feel the momentum like severely drops off because of that?
Well, here's the thing. Yes, but to their credit, literally right after the Blitzball segment, all these motherfuckers lock in.
Happens. Okay.
They fucking lock in. All the dopest shit happens, man. I fucking love the segments of this game after Blitzball. It's so fucking good. I can't wait to get back. I can't wait. I also can't wait to talk about video game news, because remember, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. If you're watching live, you can be a part of this show by super chatting in over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, just like a few people have already done. Kofi super chatted in and then retracted the message.
Oh, good.
So I don't know what they said, but shout out to you, Kofi.
I hope everything's okay.
I hope you're good. And then Mr. Nice Guy Rye writes in and says, in my mind, GTA 6 is delayed another 5 years because the office next to the boiler room had the whole game on one floppy disk. I am broken. Listen, I had that thought. I was like, what's the craziest thing that could happen with an explosion at Rockstar?
This shit's got to be backed up in 20 different places.
That's the thing, is the cloud exists.
They have a copy of this thing, like, you know where they hid Magneto in X-Men, you know, like way deep underground? They got a copy of GTA 6 down there.
Yeah, exactly. You had nothing to worry about. We couldn't do this without our producers over on patreon.com/kindoffunny. So thank you to Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining.
Thank you.
For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 6 stories today.
Baker's Dozen!
Starting with our number one, Marathon releases March 5th. This is from the Marathon dev team over at Bungie.net. We're excited to share some big news for Marathon. Marathon releases on March 5th, 2026 on Steam, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S. Pre-orders are available now. Our latest gameplay trailer introduces one of the many characters you'll meet on Tau Ceti Gantry, the Mida faction agent. Factions and their agents are one of the ways you'll experience the story and world of Marathon. As you complete contracts for each of the 6 factions, you'll learn more about their identities, motivations, and rivalries as you work together to uncover the mysteries of Tau Ceti's fate.
I think Gantry's the name of the person.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I thought
It felt like you were going city-state.
I thought it was like a whole thing. I thought Gantry was like the neighborhood or something.
What part of Gantry are you from? Oh, Tau Ceti. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I live in the Mission. You know what I
Beautiful
mean?
there.
Like, I thought it was like one of them ones.
Yeah.
Okay, you're meeting Gantry, the Mida faction agent. Combining world design, gameplay, and discoverable narrative to build a rich, living world to discover is key to Marathon's DNA. Completing contracts, finding narrative items, and other achievements will unlock entries in your codex, which you can view outside of your runs. As you collect the colony's lost audio and text logs, stumble across cryptic graffiti, dig into abandoned colony systems, and aid factions in pursuit of their various goals. You'll begin a journey into the unknown that is only just beginning. Today, we're also excited to announce the English language voice cast of Marathon. At launch, Marathon will feature the voices of, they list a bunch of voices. I just want to shout out a handful that are close to my heart. You got Samantha Bayart, you got Roger Clark, Jennifer English, which means it's going to be a game of the year contender. Dave Fenoy, Erica Lindbeck, Neil Newbin, the homie Ben Starr, and Elias Tufexes. I actually don't know how to pronounce his last name. Tufexes, thank you, who is my guy from Deus Ex. Pre-ordering Marathon grants you access to additional rewards, including weapon cosmetics, emblems, and background for Marathon at launch. Plus rewards for Destiny 2 linked to your Bungie.net account. The standard edition of the game will be $39.99. $40.
That sounds about right.
Yeah?
That's what I think we were all kind of assuming.
That seems like the kind of the standard for PlayStation multiplayer thing, but then also extraction shooter. I feel like that is kind of that sweet spot.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think once Arc Raiders sort of, kind of created the mold for that price point. Also, Jennifer English kind of like Zoe Saldana. Like, wherever she is, it's just that game's gonna make money. Like, I think this game will sell, not anywhere near the amount of Arc Raiders, but I think the success of Arc Raiders has really kind of opened up a neat little lane here for Marathon.
What are your hype levels? As somebody who checked out the Marathon alpha, what do they call it?
Yeah, I
the
forget
test.
what they called it.
You've played a little bit of this game back in spring, the unfinished version. Where are your hype levels now for it?
So I was already excited to just play this new game when it came out, just because it's a new Bungie game and I already played it back in the day. But it wasn't until this weekend before I hopped on Marvel Rivals, and this is all, take this with a grain of salt, because this is all coming from a standpoint of I don't really fuck with with the extraction shooters in the long term.
Okay.
It's a game that I will play for maybe a week or two, and then I will likely fall off, much like what happened with Arc Raiders, where it's like I enjoyed for a while, and then the luster kind of wears off. And I was like already kind of, we'll see what happens when this game comes out. But then it wasn't until that Runner Shells video that somebody in the Twitch chat was like, "Oh, you got to watch this." And so I was like, "All right, I'll give it a watch." And it got me really pumped. The game looks awesome. The different variety types of the different runners they've been introducing seem really cool. And I love the world and the design and the style of everything. And some of the weapons that were being shown off seemed really, really neat. And again, all of that is sort of wrapped in this larger thing of like, yeah, I still don't love extraction shooters, but I will play it for a bit and then probably fall off and go back.
What don't you love about
else.
extraction shooters?
I just don't think it's the style of game for me. Like I love a pure PvP game or a pure PvE game. I don't. It's the mix of it. Now that being said, I was mentioning on one of the Gamescast recently, I think, when we were talking about our hype levels for Duskbloods. I think it was Friday's Gamescast maybe, and talked about how I like getting invaded in something like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, or even when we were playing. I am blanking on Arcane Deathloop.
Oh yeah.
Like I like that as a feature where it's kind of a randomized thing that doesn't happen all the time. But I think just the core PvE VP thing is not quite my jam. I'd prefer just 100% of the of your work in one way or 100% in the other. I don't really feel like mixing things works out too great, because then I start to see where the maybe lack of resources weren't put into the PvE stuff. You know what I mean? And that does kind of bum me out, because I still see this world, and I've said it a million times, but anytime I see a video from this, I go, man, if this is just a cool single player game.
Dude, it's so funny because the art style, because here's the thing, right? Arc Raiders, I enjoyed Arc Raiders, even though I fell off of Arc Raiders hard. But
I really enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah, I think there's something about hopping into this world and it feeling like, all right, if I see like another crew or whatever, like maybe we can make friends with them. Like we're not at odds with each other necessarily, but we could be at odds with each other. I think there's something about that gameplay style that that feels exciting and fresh, and it kind of invokes a little bit of battle royale to me. But even in battle royale, it's like that's PvP. Like at the end of the day, we're gonna kill those people. Or we're gonna want to kill those people eventually. But there's something about the makeup of Arc Raiders that works for me. But I think the art style and the world of Arc Raiders also contributes to that. To where, okay, this is a post-apocalyptic world. Okay, there are evil robots out there. There's something when I look at Marathon where it's not that, right? But I so want it to be an arena shooter, and I know that's not what it is, and it doesn't want to be. And like, I shouldn't want that out of this Marathon game. But the art style doesn't give me what I got from Arc Raiders, where it is, all right, I know what this is. It's not The Last of Us, but it's kind of The Last of Us. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you got to be aware of other scavengers. Marathon, I feel like it'll take my brain some adjusting with the art style, but
it might be the first-person shooter aspect of it also.
Yeah, there might be that too.
Yeah.
What was that game that you loved from last year? That was a roguelite first-person shooter with also kind of like a vibrant art
Voidbreaker.
style. Voidbreaker. Like I look at Marathon and I think about Voidbreaker a little bit. That said though, like I'm excited to give this a shot. The thing that gives me more pause, and like this is something that might just be inherent to the style of game that it is like when they talk about, you know, collecting your colony's lost audio and text logs and stumble across cryptic graffiti. It feels like they're doing a lot of environmental storytelling, like storytelling through discovering things and picking up things and reading things, which works for so many games, and I love that out of so many games. But I think I'm having a little bit of what you're having as far as preference, I guess, right? Of like, if I'm playing this multiplayer thing, I don't know if I'm gonna be locked into paying attention to some of the stuff that they're using. Like do I want to listen to an audio log when I'm listening to my homie yap about the latest episode of Pluribus or something? You know, like it's hard for me to kind of like mold those two things together.
It works in the best case scenario of an E3 Summer Game Fest presentation.
Yeah,
where you and your homies are walking around, but you're so locked into the story, and you could show that in a video and make it go like, wow, that could be me and my friends. But that's not going to be the case. You know, even in something like Destiny, when the cutscene is playing, you know, you're usually just fucking around and like making jokes or whatever. And I think I got kind of pumped up for hearing about what the end game of this is, where there will be moments where there is some puzzle solving and there is some
like raid feeling type
some
stuff?
sort of raid mechanics, but not quite there. I would say more like, you know, I'm not trying to say expect a Destiny raid, but I love the idea of them getting more creative with the world and kind of making the most out of it. Because at the end of the day, it's still like, all right, I'm gonna get, you know, third-partied by some random squad, and I'm gonna get annoyed, and then that one robot that I was fighting is gonna be shooting me too, and I'm just gonna be like, fuck this. Like the frustration sets in there. And yeah, so this is something I want to try out, and I will be playing. I just don't think I'll be playing it for that much, because it's just.
Do you think the world's gonna play it? Do you think this is a game that's going to hit for the general audience?
I think Arc Raiders has really opened up people to the idea of this being a genre that's here to stay. Mm-hmm. I think that the timing's also pretty decent. I think Arc Raiders is still hot, but if you released a month after Arc Raiders releases and it's the hottest thing on the planet, awful idea. I think if I'm looking at this from the optimist perspective, you've had some time where, you know, Arc Raiders is still coming out with content, but there may still be things that the community goes, man, they never fixed this, or this is still broken. What the hell, you know? Like, there may be some frustration there, and that's me looking at it from the most optimistic standpoint, because I still think Arc Raiders will dominate this game in terms of numbers.
Arc Raiders feels like the number one. Arc Raiders feels like
100%.
It's
not even close.
Yeah, but it feels like it's not an option for even this to try and come through and take that spot. Like, me either. If I'm looking at it as like a hierarchy, right? Like, Arc Raiders, I guess, is prime PUBG, and this might come through and be Apex Legends. Like, I think that might be kind of the comparison there. And like, honestly, that's fucking fantastic if this game ends up being that. That's me being generous to Marathon.
It's Battlefield to Warzone, where I think when Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is struggling and Battlefield comes out and it's this breath of fresh air, and everybody goes, oh my God, yes, this is what we wanted. And we're catching Call of Duty at their weak point, at their weakest right now. This is one of the weakest entries they've done. A lot of people are unhappy with it. People are doing graphics comparisons and saying, man, Black Ops 2 looks just as good. You know, there's like a lot of negativity on COD. And then eventually things start going back to COD anyway. And, you see the player count drop off of Battlefield 6 a bit more. And then more people are playing ARC creators than Battlefield 6, which is, really, really surprising on platforms like Steam and stuff like that. But I do think that there will be the hardcore dedicated Bungie audience that will play this. And I think someone like Bungie is the only one who could even try to, get I'm thinking of the Backstreet Boys documentary where they're like,
Backstreet's back.
if somebody's going to make the second Backstreet Boys, you want it to be you. So the same person made NSYNC. Like, you don't want Pepsi to come along and sort of take shit from you. Why not you be the competitor sort of thing?
Yeah.
And I feel like at this moment, you could kind of get you could be the Pepsi to what ARC Raiders is
ARC
right
Raiders
now,
is Coca-Cola.
Uh-huh.
I want to bring in some super chats for you. We got one from Marcus Daniels who says, Ben Starr out here gunning for Kevin Conroy's throne. I feel like Ben Starr's out here gunning for Nolan North in Troy Baker's throne. This man's everywhere. Shout out
everywhere.
Ben Starr.
Can't avoid him.
Can't avoid him. I'm trying to see if there's any more marathon related things. We got some birthday taxes though. Shout out to Ace Boogie Games who writes in and says birthday tax turned 40 boys, had a good run.
Damn.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ace Boogie. Listen, it's not over here. I mean, it's over soon for you, but it's not over now. You know what I mean? You got a couple years left. We got one that just came in from Clawmaster who says, I would argue that thanks to ARC Raiders, that people are open to play games like Marathon and other shooters of the ilk. A rising tide lifts all ships. And I agree with that, right? I think that's to the point you're making, Andy. And I totally agree that I think ARC Raiders has made extraction shooter not as bad of a word.
It hasn't made it this weird niche game genre anymore. This thing that is unfamiliar to everybody. Shout out to Micah Parsons, formerly of the Cowboys, now in the Packers, who tweeted out recently, like, man, it kind of sucks that you can't just go into the ARC Raider store and like buy stuff, like the way you could buy like 2K coins or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, he was just trying to, let me just pay to win. I don't got a whole lot of time to play. I just want to get in there and be competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's the game that has finally made the genre like this. I wouldn't say household name, but it's getting there. Like, it's in the same.
It's like the same way where I think when we announce, I say we as that I'm out here announcing games, but when a new game's announced and it's a multiplayer, either free to play or it has one of the buzzwords, right? Extraction or like whatever words they use to describe high guard, people automatically want to hate the thing.
Asymmetrical. Whatever the hell. Yeah.
People like want to jump to hate. And like, I understand parts of that, right? Because we associate that with being money grubbing, right? We associate that with microtransactions and all this stuff that we absolutely hate. And I totally understand that. But I will say, like, I think to the extraction thing, it is very much everybody will put whatever game is in the same bucket, or at least pre-ARC Raiders, it was, if you announced an extraction shooter, for some reason, I won't even say for some reason, people will just say, hey, this thing is going to work out. It's going to fail. It's going to suck. We don't want this. Take it back. Stomp it on the ground, fucking tear it into a million pieces, and make Uncharted or something.
I think ARC Raiders is one of those surprises like Helldivers 2, where when we previewed Helldivers 2, it was like, hey, this is kind of cool, but it feels like another one of these so far. And it wasn't until the game came out and exploded, you're like, oh shit, this is a big deal. And it isn't just Aliens, Rogue Incursion, or whatever the fuck, whenever one of these sort of co-op shooters comes out, and it's just another one of those, and Helldivers ends up breaking the mold and like, hey, we're a new game that's kind of here to stay. I would have predicted that ARC Raiders would not have like succeeded because of $40, genre that isn't crazy popular right now. This isn't something people are used to. That might turn people off. And the free-to-play market is still so dominant,
Yeah. My thing is, I hope Marathon is, I hope it's great. I'm hoping for like the over of it comes out and it does enough of what it needs to do. I don't think there's any way that it does everything it needs to do, both because of the kind of game that it is, but then also it's Bungie, and I feel like Bungie always has to like stumble a little bit at launch and then get their shit together through updates and figuring things out. And so I think that's gonna happen with Marathon. But I hope they're able to get to a place where it's like, all right, this is good enough that we can get to the place to get to the Taken King of whatever Marathon is. You know what I mean? And I hope the same for High Guard. I hope High Guard comes out and surprises. That game's out like next week.
I think it's like 10 days or something.
I want that game to be good. People have been hating on High Guard like crazy, and again, I get it.
There was that fake tweet.
Which fake?
There was
tweet?
a person who put out a tweet with a High Guard in their library and said, "Game sucks ass," and it looked like it was a Steam library screenshot, and it said hours played 6.7 or something.
Yeah,
and everybody believed this tweet
people are so dumb
for about a week.
Who is he playing with?
Testing, who knows?
Yeah,
but people believed this tweet for a while, and then the guy was like, fuck you, game sucks, whatever. And then it ended up being like, well, that's not people found out that's not the icon in the Steam backend. Like, you're using the wrong icon. Shit's fake, it's just kind of a fake tweet for clout or whatever. And yeah, shit like that sucks. The internet isn't real life, and a lot of people don't even use Twitter anyway, so who cares? But it's little things like that I'm like, oh man, they could have used it without that.
Yeah, God.
Now here's my wish.
Give me your wish, Andy.
Magical Genie. I'm the magical game genie. I'm here to make your magical gaming wishes come true.
Don't fuck me.
Don't fuck me.
Don't fuck me.
That's always wish number one.
Yeah.
Wish number two. Wish number two. I want Marathon to be so successful that they pull a Titanfall.
What does that mean?
Titanfall 2 comes out and they're like, hey, let's give you a campaign now.
Yeah.
At first it was just a PvP game. Marathon to be so successful that it's like, we're working on something, Marathon, it's not PvP.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on something in the background. Stay tuned. And I want this to be a couple years from now or whatever. I just want a single player game in this universe, this setting, this world.
I mean, I like the art style.
I want to create my own runner.
Whoever made this art style, pay them some money. You know what I mean?
I think they did.
pay them some money.
I think they did.
Whoever made this art style, they locked in. You know what I mean? That person should be getting jobs and getting paid.
I think there was
they did come to
there was an agreement.
Conclusion.
Whoever made this art style,
that was up to their satisfaction.
Whoever worked at Bungie and cooked this art style from scratch, wow. Keep them on the team.
They're watching this on a private jet right now.
Whoever made this art, man, I love the Marathon art style. Let's move on to story number 2. Or actually, before we get to story number 2, I got one more shout out for story number 1, a related thing. A limited edition Marathon PS5 DualSense controller and Pulse Elite headset are coming. I have a link. Yeah, there we go, Barrett. I like the idea of these custom PS5 DualSense controllers. I feel like usually they look good. I don't like how this one looks. And I think it's just the Marathon logo on the touchpad.
Oh, it was there?
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, I just hate whenever the logo was on the thing.
Yeah, on the touch. It's
okay, yeah.
I think that's the only thing I really don't like.
But I think that logo is like now I don't love that, but I want that style more and more. I don't want a fucking image of Mario on my thing. I don't want an image of like Solid Snake or whatever the guy from, because there's gonna be a freaking limited edition thing for Fizzant, right?
Yeah.
Whenever that happens by Kojima Productions in like 6 years or whatever, I don't want a picture of fucking Robert Pattinson or whatever his name was.
Robert Pattinson.
Whatever the actor was that we thought was going to be in the game. Remember the Fizzant sort of like trailer, or not the trailer, but the image.
I think you're thinking of 007.
No, I'm thinking of Fizzant. When Kojima showed off Fizzant, and it was like a little key art.
Oh, the key art, yeah.
We thought it looked like Eddie. What's his face? I'm blanking on the dude's name. But I don't want an image of that. I don't want an image of a character. I want it to look like it exists in the world somehow. And I like that shit more. And at least it doesn't say Marathon. Like, I'm okay.
Sure.
That logo is like,
still looks like something that could be in the world.
Yeah, I'll take that. You know what I mean?
You gotta do
Eddie Redmayne. That's a dude's
Eddie
name.
Redmayne.
This wouldn't be a clickable episode of Gamescast, but I want to do a Gamescast where we each bring in our ugliest controllers.
That's good.
We each bring in like 2 of our ugliest controllers and try to rank them on ugliness.
That's good social content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something there. Because if I bring in my skate controller that I always use, my Outriders controller. I have an Outriders Xbox controller.
Yeah, you really be having controllers like that. That's
what
crazy.
about that Ultros one? I didn't like that Ultros.
I don't know what I did with that one. I feel like I might have tossed into the street.
Dude, I throw a lot of controllers away. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Like, oh, you throw controllers away?
Just like
I just put them in my closet.
I give
them to my friends.
I did a big cleaning in my room where I was like mainly rearranging stuff, but it was like there's a lot of stuff. It's like, and I would come across like an old 8-bit dough that I bought like 7 years ago, and I'm just looking at it, and then I look at like the trash bag that I have hanging. I'm like,
Can I be honest? I don't know if I should confess
It's
this.
wasteful. It's bad.
I don't know if I should confess this. I mean, it's not as bad as being wasteful, I think. But around Christmas time, I usually do a white elephant gift exchange where I bring in all the gifts and they're all from PR packages.
Hell yeah, you do.
I do like a PR package,
Yeah,
like
you do.
some bullshit that they send, and I'm like, man, I don't want these fucking socks. Or like,
yeah, you
so, and
do.
like, I make it range too, where and one of them it will be like a fucking controller,
Yeah.
right? And everybody's excited for the controller, even if it looks ugly, or it'll be like some random like, oh, here's an art book for a game that you never played or whatever, but. It's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit
in the holiday season, and
A
it's
lot
not
of
as
them can
wasteful.
be cool.
I'm not throwing it away, guys.
A lot of them can be cool, for sure.
I just want to shout out Annie and bless you talking about the controller design. Emmett Watkins Jr., the homie, and Cameron Kennedy, the other homie, were going back and forth on like controller design.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Cameron like mocked these up.
See,
which
and
like
this is what I'm talking about when I say
This
that
looks sick.
sometimes these controllers do look good. Like I love these colors that they released. This last week?
Yeah.
yeah. So like these are based off of the
is it
different
Cosmic?
Hyperpop collection, but
Yeah.
that they were theorizing like maybe this was a part of the marathon thing at one point because it has a very like marathon coded like feeling to it, but they just didn't commit to
So
it.
yeah, I like these way better.
Yeah, the white one's just not. The white one just doesn't work with the
Listen,
marathon aesthetic.
Bungie, you like stealing art.
Noth-
Steal this from Cameron.
And then we'll get Cameron in
Marathon looks
contact
like
with
that.
Sony so he can be satisfied with his pay
Yeah.
there.
God, listen, we got to figure out how to meet in the middle here, right? Because I like what Cameron Kennedy's doing. We also got to figure out how to move on to story number 2, which we're about to do right now. Except we're not going to do that right now because I got to tell you about patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames, where you can get the Kinda Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Boot.dev. If you're listening to this show, there's a solid chance that you, 1, like video games, and 2, at some point in your life have been interested in learning software development. Boot.dev combines those things because they know that the smartest way to learn is to never get bored. It takes your coding from beginner to expert the fun way, through a hands-on RPG-like experience. If you're ready to put in the time it takes, like Kevin is.
My favorite feature is that you could find a solution that works, but then afterwards you can hit solution and see the way that they were trying to teach you to do it. That's really cool.
Curriculum designed for builders with gamers' sensibilities in mind, Boot.dev welcomes you to the most captivating way to learn to code. You can learn back-end web development from start to finish in Python, SQL, and Go. Bored learners quit, smart learners never get bored. That's why you'll learn by doing what you'd actually be doing at a job, building real projects. Go to Boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. There's no better time to give your coding dreams a chance, just like Kevin's doing. Again, go to Boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan.
From the co-writer of Rogue One comes See You in Hell, a new Hollywood satire, kind of like The Studio, except you'd never get away with this on television, starring Shannon Woodward.
You seriously need to see a shrink or something before you get arrested for dicky waving.
Thomas Zadarsky,
I don't have imposter syndrome.
You should.
John Cryer,
You think I don't know bullshit when I hear it? I represent Sean Hannity.
and John Boyega.
I was in Star Wars and Pacific Rim.
The second one.
Whatever.
See You in Hell, wherever you get your podcasts, and at seeyouinhell.tv.
Hey, you! Join us in person for our live in review of Howard the Duck. That's right! Howard the Duck joins MCU in review Wednesday, January 28th at 7:30 p.m. at Cobb's Comedy Club for SF Sketchfest. You can come watch me do all the podcasts within a podcast you love. Andy will be going do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Nick will be shopping for pants during it. But everybody else will be there too for you to come hang out and see. All you have to do is go over to kindafunny.com/sketchfest right now to get your tickets before they sell out. Because coming watching a bunch of people talk about a very old Howard the Duck movie is really selling tickets fast.
We're back with story number 2. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake reportedly planned for announce later this year. This is Tom Phillips at IGN. Capcom is expected to reveal its all-new Resident Evil Code Veronica remake this year, according to a fresh report. Previous reporting had pinned the still unannounced Code Veronica remake for a 2027 release following next month's launch of Resident Evil Requiem. Now, noted Resident Evil leaker Dusk Golem has said fans should expect a first look at the Code Veronica remake later in 2026. IGN has previously verified that a new version of the game is indeed in development, while MP First has claimed that the game currently sits with a Q1 2027 launch window. Quote, no, there is not a Resident Evil 5 remake that's going to be announced this year, Dusk Golem wrote in a post on social media. Quote, instead, later this year, a RE remake that starts with C and ends with Ode Veronica is going to be announced, I promise you, end quote.
You think that's a summer announcement? Summer Game Fest? That seems like a perfect kind of Capcom Summer Game Fest thing.
Yeah, but is that too soon after Resident Evil Requiem? Code Veronica, smaller thing, right?
I think it's 3 months, 4, 5 months after 7, 8, 9.
I'm gonna say September State of Play.
Oh, okay. I just really think of Capcom and Summer Game Fest as always kind of having some shit going on. Like, I think of when I think of summer, I think of Capcom.
What's the, you know summertime? I think, you know what? I'm with you because like they do be hanging out in the summer.
Yeah.
We got fucking what was the dinosaur? I can never remember the name of this fucking
Exoprimal.
Exoprimal came out in the summer, along with what was the strategy game that was like also an action game.
Strategy game that was also an action game.
You know the one? It came out like a couple years ago. It was like. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess.
Path of the
Goddess. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. That was a summer game.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because I think of Sega for the summer.
Street Fighter 6 came out in the summer. No, Sega loves the winter time.
Well, not even. I'm just talking about like vibes and like.
I think it's just presentation.
Because of Crazy Taxi. Chat.
And Sonic. I think of Sonic Summers.
This is what I want from chat. Top 5 summer.
Video game things.
Another terrible headline for a Gamescast, but we should do like, what is the company that represents each season?
Yeah, like match the seasons to the publisher, but like the vibe, not the game releases or the schedules or anything.
Yeah.
Chat, I want top 5 summer vibes from a game company. Because, Capcom and Sega, for sure summer. Insomniac gives me summer vibes. Even though I know they always release in the fall, something about Insomniac says summer to me.
Sunset Overdrive, you know?
Sunset Overdrive. Yeah. The sun being out in Spider-Man.
After you do that, Chad, then go back and watch a Kind of Funny podcast. Which planets are these boy band members?
I vaguely remember this topic.
Saturn was Justin Timberlake.
That's crazy.
The Ring, very popular, you know, like.
Oh, but like, who's Earth then?
I think Earth was maybe Nick Carter.
No shot.
Yeah, I think
no
so.
shot.
Yeah.
Nick Carter's.
One of them got left off. I think it was Howie. Howie did make.
Wait, are we doing NSYNC numbers specifically?
NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was gonna, because I was starting to think modern. Because I'm like, I feel like
no, it was just those
gotta
two.
Be in there
it was just those bands.
Who's Pluto? JC Chazé.
That may have been Chris Kirkpatrick, possibly. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe Kevin Federline.
Okay, that's a fun topic.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? Oh yes, Resident Evil. What's the scope of Code Veronica? I don't know shit about Code Veronica.
I know so little about Code Veronica. For much of my youth, I thought Code Veronica was like a fan mod thing at one point. Like I never quite knew what it was. It feels like it's always on the lower list of priority in terms of what Resident Evil fans want or talk about.
Yeah,
because it's not one of the core entries, but it has one of those cult followings for sure.
I mean, people in chat are saying fan favorite. The Tundra Boy 22 says it's the true RE3. Code Veronica is mainline. I mean, if all of this is true, and you know, I can always trust chat on everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting, right? Like here's my thing, right? I feel like Resident Evil remakes have become such a staple, and whenever they run out of them, I'm gonna be very sad. It's like Pokemon remakes, where it's like you always got to just keep remaking.
Yeah,
there's something about a remake from these series where it's like, this is just a new main series now. This is just a new staple now. I honestly even went, give me Resident Evil 1 remake the remake.
I mean, that's going to happen.
This is where I'm at now.
Yeah. I think mainly from the aspect of, you know, that game got remade too early. It was one of those, like, you know,
it's before they really locked in on remakes.
I'm too young to see the stars, and I'm too old to see the dinosaurs, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh.
One of those sayings, you know?
Yeah, I know that
one of those things.
Amen.
But yeah, it's like that game got remade ages ago when I was in middle school, I think, or some shit like that. Yeah, so I think that one seems most likely to get a more modernized, you know, behind the back, third person. It is all the RE engine stuff that you would expect. You know,
When you guys did your little games cast on Friday, that I wasn't at all jealous that I was
this little cute one you did.
your little cute
Yeah.
games cast that I really wanted to be a part of, but I was sick. When you're predicting top 10 games that were gonna be on the Kind of Funny list, where did you guys put Resident Evil Requiem?
I think Mike was kind of, hey, that could be number one, and everybody was like, that's kind of crazy.
That's kind of insane. But I think we all were like, yeah, I think that's a safe bet of being on the list, right?
I think
I think
so.
we're all gonna play that game.
I'm not gonna play that game.
Oh, Barry, you don't be playing Resident Evils?
No, not like that.
Resident Evil in the last 7 years has turned into like such a special franchise to me, which is funny because pre RE2 remake, I couldn't give less of a fuck about Resident Evil.
Right.
But like between that,
What started it? What turned you onto it?
I think it was just RE2 remake. I played that and I was like, this is one of the best video games I've ever played.
Okay.
And then from there, like they all kept consistent. Where like, except for RE3, but like I didn't really care about that, right? Like RE3 was more of that, but it was like fucking 2 hours long of a video game.
Yeah, I mean, but that's kind of, that's the game.
But like
you know?
RE7, when we streamed that was such a good fucking game.
Mhm.
Then Resident Evil Village was cool.
There hasn't been a fall off. There hasn't been.
I've not played a bad Resident Evil game.
I think that you can ask audiences, and they might have their nitpicks, or the end of Village just becomes a first-person shooter Call of Duty style, and
And like Resident Evil Village is like it's lower on my list. If I'm gonna rank the Resident Evils that I have played, I like Resident Evil Village, but I didn't.
Impressive.
But still impressive. Yeah. I really, really dig Resident Evil nowadays.
It's weird that Roger and Mike don't make Barrett play Resident Evil.
Well, I don't make it a part of my personality that I don't fuck with those games.
Yeah, Bear, if you want to play it, I mean, we have a slot open. I can step down.
No, it's
Yeah, I
okay.
could be
I'm
Andy
really
can step
busy.
down. Do you like whiskey?
Do I like
we can
whiskey?
yeah,
I'm not a huge whiskey
we
guy.
can pour some whiskey up for you and play some Resident Evil.
I'm like YouTube have got it. Like it's already scheduled. I think I've got something going on that day.
What are you doing?
It's my birthday month, so
Month.
It's just it's a lot going on.
I don't think half the audience knows that me and Blessing even played the other.
That was
like
that was
7?
pandemic era. Yeah.
God, that was such a good series.
People
though.
don't even remember.
Here's what I'll say, because I played about 20 to 30 minutes of Resident Evil Requiem at Capcom last year. When I tell you that shit is fucking scary, me and you are gonna have a time playing that. That shit is terrifying.
Okay, so I mean, I'm excited to take the Leon Kennedy portions. I'm excited to get in the first person shooting mouse and keyboard. Then
You're gonna be playing.
I
assumed I was gonna play the whole thing.
I figure we swap off.
Oh,
on the sections. You know what
okay.
I mean?
I like that. Interesting.
But I would have to go to the desk and keyboard mouse it.
Yeah.
Because ideally, they want us to be on the couch, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, or
Yes.
maybe they put a couple of like gross pillows with pus and blood all over them, and like try to make us dress up or whatever.
But like, why do you get to do Leon Kennedy? I feel like you should do the other
headshots,
character.
Like
What's her name? Grace?
Sure.
I feel like you should be doing
I'm
great.
such a shooter though, Bless. Like it's.
Yeah,
I've
but,
been
like-
playing a lot of Overwatch recently. Oh my god, dude! I've never lost.
I think what it
Holy
has
shit.
to happen is
Crazy.
that you have to do the same amount of like sections for each character, but then you guys have to like do a coin toss to figure out who plays Grace first.
No, I don't like you just suggesting so. It's stupid.
I'm gonna schedule a
Josh
meeting with
says,
Roger and
use a
Mike.
controller, Andy. Don't be a coward. Hey, Andy, ride a bike to work. Why would you drive a car? Don't be a coward. No, I'm gonna go with
Great point.
I'm gonna
Great
be
point.
better. Why would I not be better?
Just for the record, we're playing this game in third person, by the way.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like the
We're
great
playing
sections are really designed for
Absolutely.
first person.
We're playing this.
Since when does the producer talk so much?
Yeah,
Like,
hold
it's
on.
fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
What are you, the Reddit comments?
Pull out a chair, get out here, Barry. If you're gonna be on the
Yapping,
show,
dude.
you know what I mean?
Louise, man.
God damn.
Dude.
I'm really excited for you two to stream this entire game.
This is gonna be a
really
fun time.
cool.
This is gonna be
Yeah.
a really fun stream. Something not so fun. Rockstar blew up. Story number 3.
Oh.
GTA 6 developer Rockstar North is open and operational after fire crews rushed to explosion. This is Tom Phillips at IGN. Fire services attended the offices of Grand Theft Auto 6 developer Rockstar North this morning following a reported boiler explosion. 7 vehicles were mobilized to attend the main Rockstar North building in Edinburgh, Scotland at 5:02 a.m. local time.
That
Just-
scared me. I thought you were going to say 7 vehicles were damaged. I was about to be like, whoa, this is way bigger than I thought.
Yeah,
but
no, this took out half the
7
building.
vehicles were dispatched. Okay.
just after midnight Eastern, following an incident that local news outlet Edinburgh Live described as an explosion in a boiler room. Crews remained on site for over 4 hours, but have now left the scene, Scottish newspaper The Herald has reported. Rockstar Games has told IGN that the studio opened today following the incident attended by emergency services in the early hours of this morning. Quote, early Monday morning, there was a malfunction in one of the heating boilers at Rockstar North. A Rockstar Games spokesperson confirmed to IGN in a statement. Many thanks to those that reached out with concern, and also to the police and fire crews who were on scene quickly to assess the situation. Please know that everyone is well and our studio remains open and operational, end quote. Earlier reports from emergency service personnel made mention of securing structural damage to the building. Through Rockstar's statement appears to suggest this was minimal. Wild.
I mean, that's a scary thing. That's something just randomly like that. I often think about just like the random stuff that's out of your control. What happened with this boiler? Why?
It just did that.
But like, it's crazy that shit could just happen.
And like it's such a crazy thing. It is crazy how much like we as humans just need to accept. Not to get philosophical.
That shit can just happen.
That shit can just happen.
Yeah.
What year? 2008? I want to say either 2008 or 2009. My house caught on fire when I was a kid, and I was like home alone. And this is one of those ones where, for some reason, our heater system in our home wasn't working. My mom didn't want to fix it. She wanted to save money. It was a whole thing. I was using a space heater in my room. Did the space heater cause the fire? No, it did not. But as a kid, I was home alone. Fire happened. And immediately I was like, oh shit, I fucking caused a fire with the space heater.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that. It was just that like in my sister's room that nobody was in because my sisters had all like either moved out or gone to college. There was like a random cable that had caught under the carpet and like got cut by one of the needles. It just fucking caused the fire.
That's crazy.
And nobody could have done anything about that, right? Like nobody could have caught that. That's life. Like shit fucking just happens. And that's terrifying. But as humans, we just keep going.
I mean,
we just keep going.
I think it's so wild that this is all that it was. Like this could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
When we think about it, and obviously great that nobody was there. But very, very terrifying either way. Like that's a terrifying situation.
Terrifying. Glad it sounds like people are okay. They didn't report any injuries or anything like that. I mean,
it was like in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'd be crunching.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Somebody is like, fuck, I gotta make sure like this character's knees look perfect for the final game.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
this guy's,
boom.
this guy's nostrils are not flaring. They gotta flare those nostrils.
Fucking the horse's balls don't fucking shrink and grow depending on the temperature.
Well, how does a fungus look on that toenail? Is it still like man, there's a lot of crunch happening.
There's a player that will notice if the fungus isn't perfect on that toenail. Story number 4. Former BioWare exec hits out at suggestions that it should never have made Anthem in the first place. This is Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle. A former BioWare executive has criticized player suggestions that the studio should never have made Anthem in the first place. Last week, as Anthem servers were shut down 7 years after the game's release, Anthem executive producer Mark Dara released a video post-mortem lasting nearly 4 hours. Following this, in a 40-minute interview with YouTuber Destin Legary, Mark Dara discussed the game's development further and defended the decision to make the game in the first place. As the interview concluded, Dara was asked if there was anything he wanted to clarify about Anthem and its history. He replied by questioning anyone who said BioWare should never have made Anthem in the first place because it should have stuck to single-player RPG games. Dara pointed out that since its foundation in 1994, BioWare had tried numerous new ideas and that Anthem was simply another evolution in another of its numerous attempts to try something different. Quote, I'm sure there are probably things where I feel like the record needs to be set straight, but I think it's easy to blame EA, and certainly they deserve a bunch of blame for Anthem, but it's not all their fault, he explained. Quote, but my feeling is that BioWare has always been changing. I mean, by that argument, we should never have made Neverwinter Nights because we were a 2D RPG maker. We should never have made Mass Effect because we were a tactical RPG maker, not an action RPG maker. So I don't know that that argument holds a lot of weight for me. To me, it's like, yeah, your studios evolve and they try new things. And was Anthem too big of a reach? Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. But could you tell at the time? Could you tell at the time? I don't know. I don't know that you could. End quote. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a massive reach for them. And they were also kind of hot off the heels of what a failure was with Mass Effect Andromeda. and maybe there was already some low morale at that point. It just really, really sucks after playing it back in December, where me, Chris Anka, and Kevin A6 hopped into it, played about 5 or 6 hours, and it's just it's so tragic because there is such a good core there. The combat is so fun. It's really satisfying. It's such a bummer that the pieces just did not come together in the way that they needed to. And in the magical gaming, I'm the magical gaming wizard. Blessing. I'm gonna make this a single player RPG. Is what I would do.
Well, you forgot your first wish, and so
don't
fuck the shit up. Yeah, your single player RPG is gonna be fucking
online only.
Online only. The writing is gonna suck. No romance,
dude. It's such a bummer, man. It is still such a wildly impressive game and such a high budget game with the amount of times that the cutscenes where, well, first off, I will say that it has some of the best procedural, like AI generated animations where it's not facial capture, where it's just like the procedural animation stuff, making the mouth do the flapping according to the sounds that it's making. That shit is like so impressive for how old the game is. But then every cutscene where characters are just looking at you, it's like, man, this is rendered so everything looks so impressive right now. And it's just, not everything came together, and it's really, really sad because I think if they would have stuck to Anthem next after, looking at all the mistakes that were made and all the lessons learned, I think there could have been something really cool with Anthem next, and it just didn't see the light of day.
You know the meme where it's like, society if XYZ thing happened? I feel like society if Anthem was good, we'd have flying cars, everybody would have water, clean water. We'd be living in a utopia.
Dude, it was so sick, man. There's a lot of really cool, impressive stuff in that game. And after going offline fully and permanently, hopefully modders do something about it. Hopefully modders can figure out a way to resuscitate it and get that shit, in an online state of some sort. But it's a bummer.
Story number 5. Nintendo was unhappy at Sega's Mascot's foot during Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games development. This is Tom Phillips at IGN. This honestly doesn't even need to be in the Roper Report, but we had to talk about this shit. I'm on the show. Nintendo allegedly expressed dissatisfaction at Sega during the development of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games after seeing Sonic's foot placed ahead of Mario's. The incident has come to light in an Arcade Attack Retro Gaming Network interview with Sega veteran Ryoichi Hasegawa, who worked on the Wii and Nintendo DS Sports minigame classic ahead of its release back in 2007. According to Hasegawa, Nintendo insisted that Sega change artwork set to be used for the game's cover that depicted Mario's foot placed behind that of Sonic's. Quote, "There was one funny story," Hasegawa recalled, of the game's development. There was artwork of Mario and Sonic and, other characters standing on the field. And those artworks were used for the package, the instruction manual cover, and the cartridge label, and things like that. There was one small error, and Sonic's foot was in front of Mario's foot, he continued. And Nintendo demanded us to change the priority. End quote. Asked if Sega agreed to the change, Hasegawa said the game's developers, of course, made the change for Nintendo. We were like, oh my god, we have to change it, he concluded, or there will be no deal. Whoa.
This is a deal breaker.
This is a deal. Oh, fuck, we had to do something.
This is hysterical.
I love it.
I mean, it reminds me a lot of, The Rock having in his contract that he can't die in a movie or whatever. So, or he can't lose a fight. So he just always ties with Vin Diesel or whatever. It's always a stalemate,
I feel like if I could pitch, since Mythic Quest is gone, if I could pitch a new video game sitcom, I'd want a sitcom that's that takes place within the offices of Sega and Nintendo during that era of console wars, as it turns into this, where shit it's it would have to be in Sega, mostly it would have to be based around Sega launching the fucking Genesis, Saturn, then Dreamcast, right, and then getting out of the console business because everything's going to shit, because that'd be the most interesting content. But I'd love this episode of it, where they're like,
It would be awesome if they were sharing a cafeteria in a building.
yeah.
And there were moments where, like, you know, they're walking by with the trays and like,
And like all the Nintendo people are like very dressed up
Yeah.
and like proper or whatever. And the Sega people are just like,
walking around with chili dogs.
the Sega characters would for sure be like the cast from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
where they never
100%.
have their shit together.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of awful. like, like that would have to be. Not saying that Sega people are
Yeah,
awful.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying in this sitcom, they would be the cast from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because this episode is fucking hilarious. It's like, shit. Somebody comes in and they're like,
I don't think it's further. It is, dude. Yeah, check it out. Look, bust out the ruler. Yeah, everybody's like measuring everything.
there's like a very uptight character that comes in the room. They're like, who made this asset? They're like, fucking Bob. And they're like, you put Sonic's foot in front of Mario's? It fucking goes crazy from there.
I didn't know Mario. Honestly, what a diva Mario is.
Oh, huge diva.
To be so controlling
And
of his image.
But honestly, like, let's be real though. As much as I love Sega, as much as I love Sonic, Sega, you shouldn't be putting Sonic's foot in front of Mario's. You should know.
Okay, but I hate this because, like, Mario, you're not a fast guy. You're a jumper.
He's Mario.
But also,
Listen.
I in my brain, his foot was just ahead, not because he's faster. Doesn't he just kind of have maybe like
Perspective?
longer legs?
Yeah.
This is what Andy, as somebody who watches sports,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like Netflix, they're putting out a documentary about the last 15 years of the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
and on the cover of the documentary, they're gonna put Steph Curry and LeBron James. Who's in front of the other in that art?
I mean, you have to have LeBron James.
It has to be
Yeah,
LeBron
it has
James.
to be.
And listen, this is me calling Sonic the Hedgehog Steph Curry. All right?
Yeah.
Sonic
Still
the
a great
Hedgehog-
compliment.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog will clutch up when he needs.
Best
Sonic the
three-point
Hedgehog.
shooter of all time.
Best three-point
No
shooter of all
question.
time. Sonic the motherfucking Maurice Hedgehog.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But Mario's LeBron James.
You're right.
You gotta show him respect.
He's right, Chad. He's right.
Andy, big news that we had to end it with here, right?
Mhm.
Fucking Sonic and Mario beefing once again. But if I wanted something smaller, say the tiniest news I needed to know about, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 6, Wii News. Let's start off with one from @thegameverse. Star Wars Jedi 3 is being revealed and released this year, according to insider Tim Geddes.
Of course. I heard about this recently. Yeah.
Looks like there's been a note. Tim Geddes has stated he did not confirm this information and does not know anything regarding this, per his own tweet.
I think if you watch the show, he said, I've heard things. I've heard whispers.
Which show was this?
It was Gamescast.
It was the end of the Gamescast, where he was like, "This
Oh, was
would
it
be
like
a crazy
your guys'
prediction."
cute little,
Yeah, it was our
our
Gamescast?
cute little
Yeah.
Gamescast,
your
yeah.
little baby game?
And like we were like, "No, that would be crazy," and then he just went, "I've heard things."
Wait, did you buy this?
Yeah. Oh. I just wanted to show you my cool card. Look at that one.
Audio listeners, Mike has magic cards.
Look at this one. Look at that one.
I had to miss
What
out
is it?
on the pre-release because I was sick.
The Chronicle of Victory.
Chronicle of Victory.
Ooh, big dog,
look
look
at
at
this.
that guy.
Wow, that's a Shadow Urchin holographic.
Oh yeah, bro.
What brand is, or what is?
How was it? Was it fun?
This is Lorwyn Eclipsed. I went for the pre-release party on Friday night. I went 1 and 2. I went 0-2 at the beginning, got real down on myself, got slapped, Andy. You get 45 minutes to play a best of 3. First 2 matches were done in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So there I was twiddling my thumbs, looking at the wall, hating life. And then I slapped this jabroni around.
Oh,
my
yeah.
So I'm on the up.
Okay.
And then I was so into it, bless, that unfortunately sold out. It was so popular, it sold out. I couldn't partake in Saturday or Sunday, so I went to Gamelandia and I bought myself some packs because I needed it. I bought a collector's booster, didn't get anything.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Gamelandia on Friday.
$45 for collector's
Wow, no way. Is that good?
money.
Oh, it's a lot of money. Okay.
Oh man,
Style
I'm so
Gem in the
jealous.
chat says, Mike, there's a show happening right now.
I've not even seen.
They were talking about Tim who was like, I know something about Jedi. Stop talking.
I don't think that was a sentence.
We were talking. We were mid-sentence.
Mid conversation.
But yeah, Twitter's a trash fire. Medieval Battle Food Truck has been announced. From Steam, the description reads like this. Medieval Battle Food Truck is a roguelike cooking game where your food truck is just as vital as the battlefield, and burger flipping can be more important than swinging swords. Every meal you serve directly strengthens your army, and the quality of your cooking can decide the fate of war. I added this in because, like, this shit looks kind of crazy.
That seems cool.
Yeah, like right here, if you're watching live, right, you can see kind of the cooking aspect of it. But then you open your food truck and there's like soldiers in the background at war and they're coming to your food truck ordering shit. And the art looks really good. This shit looks cool.
Pretty rad. Yeah. Art style reminds me a lot of Roller Drome.
Okay, yeah. Tides of Tomorrow has been delayed to April 22nd, which is probably good for that game because February was getting packed. And then finally,
I had forgotten what that was. I had to re-Google it and went, oh shit, that game is kind of neat.
Kind of like the narrative game where you're following in like other players' footsteps and shit. You've seen it. You might not remember it, but you've seen it. Far Cry 3, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and Far Cry Primal are getting 60 FPS patches for current gen consoles. And that is it for Wii News. Andy, before we get out of here, let's hop in to Super Chats, see what people are saying. We got a few more birthday taxes here. Billy Schnauzer says, birthday tax turned 30 yesterday. Love you guys. Happy birthday, Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
Nate Goes Live, PS5 says, birthday tax, day full of Forza trophy hunts before Forza 6. Happy birthday. Mad Rock says, I feel like I associate Remedy with Fall for some reason. Yeah?
Cozy.
Cozy, okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll say cozy, but like...
Maybe it was Alan Wake 2. He's always in a jacket. It's always kind of chilly, you know?
Nothing about those games will say summer, right? Control took place indoors the whole time.
You never see him with a Mountain Dew or a soda.
No.
Tundra Boy says, how often do you think about Sonic's feet?
Never.
Yeah. Not once.
Sometimes I forget Sonic has feet because I don't think he's ever taken off those shoes. I would wonder if the shoes are part of his body.
Of the skin.
Yeah. Like those aren't shoes.
It's
those
really
are
gross
skin.
when Pokemon do that.
Yeah, I don't
There's
like
a Pokemon who looks like he's wearing a hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to ask her, I was like, is that just skin? And they're like, yeah.
Barrett. Oh, no. I can't. Barrett, don't you have a thing against feet?
I really hate feet.
Yeah.
But like for the content,
now
man.
I'm going to be thinking about this.
This is going to make me hate feet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Benny Baskin 3618 says, fun fact, Resident Evil Code Veronica was supposed to be RE3.
Oh.
Okay. Jesus Christ. There's no way this is appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do that on Twitch.
Yeah.
Deshaun, if you're an audio listener, don't look at the video version. Deshaun Fortune 912 says, Code Veronica is so important to the overall RE story and needs to be done before 5.
I disagree, man, because there's that moment where Chris fucking punches the boulder, breaks it with his
I guess
fist.
that's why I've never played a bad RE game, is I never played 5 or 6.
And you still won't if you play this.
You don't think they'll remake them?
Goated, man.
Yeah,
those games are something.
By 2035, I better have a RE5 remake at my door. You know what I mean?
2035.
2035. I think they're gonna resist as long as they can.
I think that'll happen.
I think they might remake all the other games again.
They'll remake 2 again.
Yeah, they'll remake 2 again before they get to RE5 and RE6. Aaron Lime says, speaking of state of play, we're probably a month out from the next one. Which publishers do you think we'll see a lot of? Sega/Atlas, Konami, Capcom, Square? A lot of unknowns right now. Publishers. I mean, Capcom, because they're going to want to talk about Onimusha and Pragmata.
Right, with that being so close on the horizon. But also, this just sounds like a good games cast.
It sounds like a whole episode.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Adam Gumby says, wanted to let you folks know I had Jerica Hannah on my show, the tier list of video game podcasts that dropped today on my YouTube and podcast services now. Hell yeah. Shout out Jerica, the homie. The DJ Defcon says, Bless and Andy, have you tried out Expedition 33 DLC yet? The final boss has a killer soundtrack.
No, I have not. I've been just deep in the world of Nier Automata.
We were told, Bless, that we're fake Claire Obscure fans because we haven't played the DLC yet.
Who told you that? Like a super chat?
Oh, YouTube commentary.
Yeah,
I've just been busy, man.
It's like you guys had this game on your top 10s and you haven't played the DLC yet.
I mean, you guys are fake fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. We should both take it off our list, Andy. We'll give Blueprints Game of the Year.
Listen, all right. I was real. I put that shit number 6 on my list. All right, I was honest.
You were real wrong.
I kept it 100.
But hey, Bless, you were still pressured by the industry to put it on your list.
I kept it 100. You know what I mean? I gave 5 other games higher review scores throughout the year. So I was like, I gotta put it. Listen, I can't put it above Hades 2.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
That's
Hades
fair.
2 more.
That's
you know
fair.
what I mean? I can't put it above what else is on my list? Blueprints. I probably could have put it above DK Bonanza.
Yeah,
But also,
you
it was a
could
tough
have.
balance. I was looking at my list. I was like, I really don't know. I really don't know.
Uh-huh.
Clawmaster writes in and says, I would argue that thanks to Arc Raiders, that people are open to play games like Marathon and other shooters of the ilk. Oh, we already read this one.
yeah.
We read this one. Oh, I think we're caught up then on Super Chats. Resolute says, who has bigger feet, Sonic or Sora? I don't want to make Sonic feet a thing. Listen, here. This is what I'll
It
say.
already is too late.
This is what I'll say. The Sonic feet stuff stays on this episode. If I show up tomorrow on KHD and I get a hint, a whiff, you might say. Love it. Just kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Rewrite in. Let us know what we got wrong as we got it wrong so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. Let me tell you, that Scottish town name, I pronounced it wrong.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Okay, but that's not how it's...
I've always called it Edinburgh anyway because I live in there's an Edinburgh in my like kind of hometown or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's just a separate city, but there's no H at the end. But I always grew up calling that place Edinburgh as well. Edinburgh.
Here's what I'll say. Barrett brought up a picture of Mario's feet. Something about it is more comforting to me than the Sonic feet. I saw the Mario feet and I was like, actually, you know what? You can leave this up.
Well, because it's a human foot. Like we saw Mario's nipples, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so there's something weird about seeing a furry hedgehog with just smooth blue feet.
I don't
because the fur is blue. I don't know if he's blue. You know what I mean?
That's
that
fair.
Makes sense?
No, that makes sense.
If you pluck every hair off of Sonic, what does he look like?
Yeah, the feet shouldn't be blue.
Yeah.
Right? I digress.
Thank you for the $5 super chat from Alvarock, who says, your Final Fantasy X journey has been great, blessed, but you need to learn the greatness of Blitzball.
No.
I think
Absolutely
he's
not.
learning.
Of Blitzball, no.
Oh.
Maybe I'll go back and learn it. I just don't have time in the middle. I'm trying to defeat sin, Andy, just like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ did on the cross.
Bless up, dude.
This is too much for the feet. I don't want to see Mario's feet that big on the screen. And then we'll close out with this. You're wrong from Mad Rockdos, who says, on the buzz today, Tuesday's stream is going to be 2xKO, and they have said that due to the large patch with the launch, the servers aren't going to be live until 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
How are you going to launch a game at 9 p.m. Eastern? That sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually.
That sucks. Wait for the next day.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'd be so mad.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Like, what the fuck?
I never even heard of 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't think they celebrate that over there. That is it for kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. That is it for your episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily. Remember, if you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free and get a daily exclusive show. Let me tell you, my sinuses have been fighting me all day.
Mm-hmm. You won the
We
battle.
made it. I won the battle. I beat my sinuses. I got to host the show after this one. And so I might not win in that one, but we'll see. Enjoy the Gamescast next, which is going to be our 2026 predictions month by month, the return of Raj Stradamus. And then we got more content after, such as Kind of Feudy, and then a stream. But until next time, Game Daily.